Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wa salatu wa salamu ala ashrafil anbiya'i wal mursaleen. Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam tasliman kathiran kathira. Famma ba'du. My brothers and sisters, as I was saying, connect with the Quran. Now, one of the ways of connecting with the Quran is that, of course, you know which part of the Quran the Hafiz is going to recite, say tonight, right? If you don't know, ask him. He will tell you which juz. He will even tell you from which ayah to which ayah. Before that night, during the day, if you do not understand Arabic, and most of us don't, we certainly don't understand it as much as we should understand it, read the meaning of what is going to be recited in the masjid. Read that meaning in your house before you go to the masjid. Right? Read the meaning and then you go to the masjid. So the beauty of that is then, inshallah, as the recitation happens, you will understand some part of it. Right? You still won't understand everything because obviously it's a different language, but you will understand some part of it, and that is much better than simply standing there without understanding. The reason why we don't have khushu, the reason why we don't have concentration and we have difficulty with that, the reason why our mind wanders here and there is because we don't understand what is being recited. Solution for that? Read the meaning beforehand so you will understand, inshallah. Right? So it is not rocket science. Please do that. Make this additional effort. The benefit of that also is that you are going to be, you would have read the entire translation of the Quran in the whole month of Ramadan. Each day you are reading the translation of one juz, so in the whole month you have completed the entire translation of the Quran. Year after year you read this, and inshallah, may Allah give us tawfiq even to read it and read the translation even outside of Ramadan. It gives us a better understanding of the Quran. Now, having said that, do not fall into the trap of reading the translation and then trying to extrapolate and trying to use your intelligence and trying to say, well, if this is that, then that means that, and then trying to create your own rulings of the Quran. This is what we should do, and start becoming a great mufti and start inventing a new madhab and a new religion of your own. Please don't fall into that trap. This is one of the biggest problems of people who follow the Quran, who read translations, and who think about it, all of which are good things, but they forget the boundaries. Free thinking in the Quran is haram. For someone to be able to extract a rule from the Quran, this is a very serious matter. That person has to, first and foremost, without that it is not even possible to begin, must have a knowledge of Arabic which is at the native speaker level of Fusha, of classical Arabic, the Arabic of the Quran, right? That's not your regular Arabic which is spoken on the street. And then the person must have a knowledge of fiqh, must have a knowledge of hadith. The person must have his tarbiyah and tazkiyah, which he should have accomplished and he should have done under somebody who is qualified to take him through that path where his heart is. All of us at every stage we are full of faults, but to the extent possible, the heart is pure, and then the person has sufficient knowledge of different kinds, and only then does the person, come somewhere close to being able to have an opinion. The person must have memorized hundreds, if not thousands, of hadith. Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal rahmatullahi had a standard of 100,000 hadith to be memorized. This is a very, very complex and complicated thing, and alhamdulillah, this is very serious, and that shows us that our religion is not just some fun and game but anybody can take and twist and play around with. It's a serious thing which requires serious formal study. Just because we do not have formal clergy, we don't have a pope, and we don't have bishops, and we don't have priests, it does not mean that we don't take our religion seriously. Our religion is very serious. It requires huge and in-depth study, and it does not make you an alim just because you read the translation of the Quran in English or Urdu or something. So please keep that in mind. Read with humility, humbleness, and connect with the kalam of Allah, because this is the kalam, this is the sifat of Allah. This is as close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as we can get in this life. We ask Allah for His help and mercy and forgiveness. Wa sallallahu ala nabiyil kareem wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in bi rahmatika ya arhamar rahimin.